Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos, and today I'm criticizing a PDF that came to my mail with the 5 meta advertisement rules. Without any further ado, let's go to my PC. I'm going to read with you there all the PDF. It's not any big one, but we're going to criticize a little bit because after my visit to the Meta headquarters, I do believe that they don't realize how the Facebook advertisement is working and they're just all about theory. So let's see what they sent and we will discuss it there. Okay, so this is the PDF. It says, today at Meta's Performance Market Summit, we're hosting advertisers of all sizes and introducing updates on the Performance 5 best practices to help them take advantage of our ongoing investments in AI. As I said, they told us that they have spent more than 600 billion. They will spend more to help them take advantage of our advanced AI and new ad formats to position the search for growing in the time for the holiday season. The Best Performance 5 framework is based on the 5 actionable best practices that increase your performance when using our ads products. They are: simplify your account structure and put ad creative in one central campaign. I don't like that. It says, account simplification is the most important strategy as it serves as a foundation for the rest of our guidance. When advertiser starts an ad campaign on our platform, the campaign goes through a learning phase where our delivery system explores which audience and placements are best for our ad. And as we continue to invest in AI to help advertisers see increased performance on their ads investment, account simplification becomes critical so that the recommendation our AI proposes continues to improve with a larger set of inputs. By simplifying the account structure, Meta's AI investments help marketers get the results they need faster. Good in theory, bad in implementation. Let me tell you why. I have a video which I created, and this video was talking about the bad periods that we have on Facebook. On these periods, where Facebook is doing bad, you have no other option rather than to wait, okay? You can see it there. In this specific situation, when you have only one campaign, let me tell you that these accounts tend to do worse and they recover much more difficult, and you don't have space if the period goes for much longer than 10 days or 7 days, which you can hold if you have one campaign. But if it's a longer period, then you are not able to recover because you're losing a lot of money daily and it's not being distributed among ads that you can close or lower the budgets and stuff. If you lower the budgets, you are making the situation worse and stuff. But this is something that they haven't done, okay? They have never been fired, for example, from a client because they did changes or because they did just one campaign and stuff. So it's very easy for me to propose to anyone stuff and me not doing them, okay? So this is the problem. Theory is okay, and we do need to understand how the algorithm is working, and okay, it won't simplify accounts and stuff. We can use 8 Advantage Plus campaigns, for example, which is simplified. Consolidation in one campaign doesn't work, and it has several issues, especially for these bad periods, okay? Then the name is a fashion retailer focused on growing sales in new categories outside of their signature headband. Their current campaign setup was complex with multiple ad sets targeting specific interest audiences to manually match the right product to the right audience. By consolidating the initial setup of 69 ad sets down to 15, they saw 41% more purchases at 1.2 higher return on ad spend. Of course they did, because they were just having 69 ad sets and they were not distributing their budget, okay? So if the budget was not good enough to be distributed among the 69 ad sets and they did 15, it's fine. Also, here they forget to mention that they changed from targeting specific interests to broad targeting, most probably, because targeting interests and broad targeting, maybe with broad targeting you have better chances of scaling, and it makes total sense, okay? But this is not consolidation in the way that they mean it. In the way that they mean that you need to have 1 or 2 campaigns or 3. If you ask them, this is what they say. Here we have 15, down to 15, and changing also instead of interest to broad targeting. This is why it has actually worked. Anyway, so we disagree with number 1. Let's move to number 2. Use automation tools to optimize campaigns. The customer journey is more dynamic than ever, and automation can help marketers keep up with the pace of change without needing to invest additional budget, resources, and time. With Meta's advanced suite of products, marketers can automate their entire setup, just like Advantage Plus Shopping. We use Advantage Plus Shopping, we like Advantage Plus Shopping, or the audience creative replacement of their ads. I'm not going to call them advanced plus placements, I'm going to call them automatic placements because this is what they are. and we use them because when we don't use them, you keep getting sales in the same placements, but for some reason Meta, the sales are decreasing when you're not using automatic placements. And when you use automatic placements, you have the sales on the exact same places, but you're spending a little bit more on the others. But it's fine. If you want to make some money on the side, I have a very clear opinion about automatic placements. You can see my video here. Today, our own research shows that nearly all of our advertisers are already using at least one Meta Advantage Plus product. Of course, everybody's using Advantage Plus now, demonstrating that these tools offer real value at scale to marketers. I agree. A clean beauty company tested Advanced Plus shopping campaigns and significantly improved our campaign results with 28% increase in ROAS and 28% increase in customer acquisition costs, which was transformative for our holiday sales. After Advantage Plus, this company achieved its highest revenue monthly in its history, and subsequently months saw even higher sales. I agree. Most probably it happened. If they were not using Advanced Plus campaigns, I was one of the first that I started using Advanced Plus when I saw them. I jumped immediately to it back in September. And I even ran ads with Advanced Plus in Black Friday. The thing here is this. There are people that still don't use them, and it actually amazes me because they're working flawlessly. So with two, we agree, but we do believe that some things, like for example the new Advantage Plus audience, I don't like it. I haven't seen any difference to it, and it's a little bit limiting in the way that you can work with. Or Advanced Plus is pretty good, and Advanced Plus placements or automatic placements, I think that Facebook is pushing it so that it can make some side money, which is a lot of money on the other placements. And we have CBO, which is now called Advantage Plus Placement, which is working flawlessly. It's a very good tool also. Differentiate your creative by audience. In the past, marketers used the must message to reach audiences in scale, but now they are realizing the value of delivering more relevant messages to certain audiences by constantly developing and refining their ad creative. Marketers can use creatives as a new approach to targeting with distinct messages that resonate with different customer needs of interest. To get started, marketers can diversify their ads by concept, the message and visuals of an ad, or ad types such as a video ad placed in Reels or working with a creator for a partnership ad. I totally agree. I think that creative is key over here. And I think that by doing different creatives, you can tap different markets within your main niche. One example that I like to use for that is the lunchbox, that you can have a video which is a mom which is having a lunchbox preparing food for the children to the school, but you can have also a housewife preparing a lunchbox for a worker that goes to work in the construction site. So both of those, they are the same product, but they resonate to other categories of people because you have different creatives that they penetrate the market in a different way. Wanted to expand their business to more seafood lovers by diversifying their creative to be more healthily conscious, speak to a younger demographic. They were able to achieve a 43% reduction in CPA and 1.8 plus more purchases. They don't talk about ROAS here, which is annoying. You know, when you want to present, for example, you might say, we had, for example, 5 ROAS by spending 50K. We have 4 ROAS by spending 100K. When you want to present it as a huge success, you're not going to say, we had 5 ROAS and 4 ROAS before, which is totally logical, okay, to lose ROAS if you scale. But you're going to say that they had X amount of more customers, they had X amount of growth. They will say things like that. And this is what really annoys me, because if they wanted to make this a serious thing, they could put a table that they could show before and after with all of the data so that we can be able to evaluate them. You know, it looks a little bit of stupid not to show ROAS because you are talking to advertisers. We will understand that the ROAS actually dropped with the way. But here, what they want to actually say is that they had a product which was seafood. The seafood was being sold to all seafood lovers, but then they added some creatives to be more about health conscious and all of that, which actually appealed to a younger demographic audience, so they changed another market. 4. Utilize the conversion API to improve campaign performance and measurement. I'm just going to leave it like this here. I'm not going to even read it because whoever is not using API, for me, it's a huge mistake. You should use API. I totally agree with number 4, and I'm not going to even read it. And let's go to the last one, which is, of course, after all of this information, the sale pitch is coming. Measure your campaign with conversion lift, A/B testing, and marketing mix modeling. To better understand the campaign performance, we recommend that businesses use conversion lift to measure the incremental impact of ads, marketing mix modeling to quantify the value of your results, and A/B testing to compare the efficacy of different strategies. I'm using none of them. I don't like them. I don't like A/B testing, for example. I can do my own tests. I don't need A/B testing. The same way that I don't like automated rules. And I can do the changes on my own. I don't need automated rules. Of course, I'm working all day on the PC, but I don't like people who are lazy about Facebook ads. After implementing the conversions API, this company was able to conduct a conversion lift study to understand how meta ads influence conversion across channels. After conducting the study, it discovered that 72% of incremental conversions from ads on meta apps were misattributed to search, SMS, and organic channels, and 65% of incremental conversions from ads on meta apps were undercredited. We look forward to seeing our clients adopt the strategies outlined in the Performance 5 framework to drive success to their businesses in 2023 and above. That's all about the PDF. These are the 5 rules. Nothing new for me, it's always the same thing again and again. In the last meeting in Meta, they were trying to push also a lot the theory that you should do reach ads and you should try to reach more people with reach ads and then target them again just for awareness and stuff. This is a new thing now that they're proposing. Most probably we will see it more and more. So that's all I had. I hope you liked the video. A little bit more relaxed videos as we reach close to the new year. I don't know when this is going to be live, but I wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will see you in the future videos that we will do in 2024 with new things and new campaigns and new everything and new strategies hopefully, and new results, and a new Black Friday later. So don't forget that if you want to learn more, you can check my book, my course, and my website. And until we meet again, guys, Happy New Year, be creative and be consistent.